Shaokang Zhongxing. When Shaokang grew up, he became Muzheng of the Youshang family. After hearing the news, he sent people to hunt down the Yu Still family. Shaokang had no choice but to defect to the Youyu family, descendants of Shun, and became a cook. The leader of the Yu clan, Yu Si, had no children, only 2 daughters. He betrothed his 2 daughters to Shaokang, gave him Tian Yicheng and a brigade, and handed over Luncheng to Shaokang's management. Shaokang used Luani as his base to organize the remaining Xia tribe people and set up officials and assign duties. He sent his daughter Ai to spy in the palace to prepare for the restoration of the summer room. At this time, Mi, the remaining minister of the Xia dynasty who was hiding in the Gu family, learned that Shaokang was preparing to regain power. He personally led the remaining people of the Zhenguan and Zhou families to join forces with Shaokang and jointly defeated Hanzhuo. Restore Shaokang as queen of Xia. Then Shaokang killed Chu Yugua, and sent his son Zhu to kill Qi Yugu. At this point, the Dongyi clan Youqiong, who had controlled the Central Plains for nearly 100 years for 3 generations and 4 generations, was destroyed, ending the 40-year, kingless, period, which later generations called the Shaokang Zhongxing. Through the narrative history of Taikang's loss and at least Kang Zhong's resurgence, we can see the process of the Xia dynasty pacifying the Fanghua tribes in the Central Plains, especially the Dongyi tribe. Shaokang's son Zhu, also known as Yu, succeeded to the throne. He understood Dongyi's dissatisfaction with Xiahou. In order to consolidate his power in the east, he moved the capital from Yuandong to Laoqiu. He attached great importance to the development of weapons and the manufacture of armor. There are often sayings in the literature that the tree is used as armor and the tree is used as spear. He also sent people to attack Dongyi in the eastern region, southern Shandong, northern Anhui, and northern Jiangsu. Legend has it that he acquired the mascot nine-tailed fox. Under Zhu's rule, the territory of the Xia dynasty expanded to the coast of the East China Sea, Yellow Sea. Zhu's reign was the most prosperous period of the Xia dynasty. The Xia people respected Zhu very much and held retribution sacrifices for Zhu. Guoyu Luyu said, "Zhu is the one who can lead you, and the Xia queen will repay him." It is believed that Zhu fully inherited Yu's career. During the reign of Zhu's son Huai, the Dongyi people and the Xia dynasty began to coexist peacefully. Among them, the 9 tribes of Wei, Yui, Fangyi, Huangyi, Baiyi, Qi, Shuani, Fengyi and Yangyi, living in the Huaihe and Sisui basins, usually pay tribute to the queen of Xia. After Huai's death, his son Mang succeeded to the throne. After Mang died, his son Xia succeeded to the throne. During this period, the Dongyi people and the Xia people gradually assimilated. During the reign of Xia, it began to develop towards the west. At the same time, he began to grant land and titles to the Fang tribes who obeyed Xiahou. This was the beginning of the feudal system centuries later. After Xia's death, his son succeeded him without descending. He led troops to conquer Youyun in the west many times. Violent Jia subjugates the country. After Fuzai died, his younger brother Tu succeeded him to the throne. After his death, his son succeeded him. He died of illness soon after he succeeded to the throne, and his cousin Bujiang's son Kong Jia succeeded him. He changed the tradition of worshipping ancestors in Xia Li and began to focus on being respectful to the Emperor of Heaven. Historical records Xia Benji records that Kong Jia was good at treating ghosts and gods, but also engaged in adultery. Many Fang tribes began to feel dissatisfied with Xiahou, but the relationship between Xia dynasty and Dongyi remained friendly. This may be the reason why Dongyi and Xia people have a higher degree of assimilation. Kong Jia died and his son Gao succeeded to the throne. When Gao died, his son succeeded him. During this period, the relationship between the Fang tribe and Xiahou deteriorated, and disputes within the clan also intensified. From Kong Jia to Gao and Fa, to Lu Gui, i.e. Jia, the civil strife continued. After Kongjia's rebellion, the Xia dynasty's rule gradually declined. After Fa's death, his son Lu Gui, Xia Jia, succeeded to the throne. Jia is good at martial arts, fighting a jackal with his hands and chasing 4 horses with his feet. During Jia's reign, the relationship between Xia Shi and the tribes of Fang state had broken down. The number of tribes paying tribute to Xia continued to decrease. Therefore, Jia often attacked those disobedient tribes. Ancient literature says that Jia was greedy, and after defeating a certain tribe, he would select the woman he loved from that tribe and take him back to the palace as his concubine. The Shi family mentioned in Guoyu Jinyu, the Minshan family and the Mashi family mentioned in Bamboo Book Annals, all suffered this fate. Among them, Mo Shi's concubine Yu had already been married to Yiyin, but Jia took her away in Luo, and Yiyin fled to Shangtang in anger. Jia's repeated conquests also angered many more authoritative tribes. The Yumin family, descendants of Shun, were destroyed because they disobeyed Jia. The Shang tribe with the surname Zi, who was active in the southwest of Shandong province in eastern Hunan, flourished during the Xia rebellion. Jia also attacked Shang leader Tang Bin on the pretext of Shang's dissatisfaction and was defeated. Tang was imprisoned in Xiatai, Isu Juntai, and was later released. In addition to the deterioration of Xia Shi's external relations, the literature also mentioned Jia's improper employment of personnel in the court. Jia only cared about his own enjoyment and ignored the suffering of the people. Around 1600 BC, Tang, the leader of the Shang tribe, led the Fang tribe to attack Jia. After annihilating the Pro-Xia tribes Wei, Gu, and Kunwu, he hurriedly went to war with Jia. Tang's power was so powerful that Jia couldn't resist it. He fled and fought, and was finally defeated at the old site of the Youyu family. Jia fled to Mingtiao, today's Ani, Shaanxi province, and Tang chased him, and another battle started in Mingtiao. Jia was defeated again and was banished by Tang to Mount Li, one is Mount Li. He lived with the Mashi family and finally ran to Nanchao Mountain, today's Xiahou city, Anhui province, where he died, Huainanzi Xiahou. Sun is slightly different, saying that Tang organized the troops and sounded the strips, trapped Xia Nanchao, Xiao made it pass, and released Lishan. In the Battle of Mingtiao, Xia Shi was destroyed. With the support of the tribes of Fang state, Shangtang became the king in Bo. In this way, the Xia dynasty, the first hereditary regime in Chinese history, was destroyed. It is said that it was passed down to 13 generations and 17 kings, which lasted about 400 years. The time of the country's subjugation was around 1600 BC. Descendants of Xia people. After the fall of Xia, the remaining forces mainly stayed in the central plains, and Jia took some people to move from the south of Lishan to Nanchao. King Tang of Shang dynasty granted a noble surname Si from the Xia dynasty to Qi state because of the former capital of Dining, in order to worship their ancestors in the ancestral temple. Historical records, Chen Qi family, records that Xia descendants were either sealed or extinct during the Yin dynasty. After King Wu of Zhou destroyed the Shang dynasty and became king, he granted the title of Duke Donglu, a descendant of Dayu, to Qi. He continued the state of Qi and was in charge of the sacrifices to Yu. At the end of the spring and autumn period, Confucius paid a special visit to Qi state because he respected Xia Li. In Yuling village, Kuaiji mountain, Shaoxing, Zhejiang, descendants of Xia Yusi guard use mausoleum for generations. Guomorua, Hu Hoxian, Chengjing and others believed that the earth in the oracle bone inscriptions was Xia after the defeat. According to inscriptions, Tufang was a powerful country located in the northwest of Yin dynasty. It was the target of long-term conquests by Wu Ding and the previous Shang kings. After Wu Ding conquered Tufang, he built the large city, Tang, in its hinterland, Tangtu, and suppressed and controlled the people of Tufang. Since then, there is no record of Tufang rebellion. At the beginning of the Zhou dynasty, King Cheng granted Tang Shuyu, the first king of the Jin kingdom, here, territory. Scope. The Xia dynasty was a transitional period from a city-state alliance to a feudal country, so there was no clear territory. Many of the relationships between the Xia clan and other city-states are like suzerain states and tributary states. However, some Fang states are enfeoffed by the Xia clan, just like vassal states, so their influence can only be expressed in terms of spheres of influence. The 11 tribes of the Xia tribe with the surname Si have a kinship relationship with the central royal family of the Xiahou family in terms of blood, political relationship of enfeoffment, and economic relationship of tribute, which roughly constitute the core territory of the Xia dynasty. Xiaxi stretches from western Hunan province and southern Shaanxi province to the junction of Hunan, Shandong and Anhui provinces in the east, to northern Hubei province in the south, and to southern Hebei province in the north. The geographical center of this area is the area around Yanshi, Dengfeng, Xinmi and Yuzhou in present-day Luoyang. At that time, Xia's power extended to the north and south of the Yellow River and even the Yangtze River basin. In the early Xia dynasty, the Xia people mainly moved in the Hanoi area in central and southern Shaanxi, moving southeast along the Fen River and the river, and in the late period they reached the Yi and Luo River basins in central Hunan. Guoyu Zhou Yushu states that, in the past Iluo was exhausted and Xia died, which shows the importance of Iluo River water to the capital in the late Xia dynasty. For the administrative areas of the Xia dynasty, it is said that it is Jiuzhou: 1. Jizhou is connected to the river by the Jieshe on the right, and is separated from the river on 3 sides. It is the place where tribute roads from various states must pass. Today's Shaanxi, Hebei province, and western Liaoning. 2. Yanzhou floats from Ji and Luo and reaches Yuhe. Today's western part of Shandong and the southeastern corner of Hebei province. 3. Qingzhou floats in Wen and reaches Ji. Today's Shandong Peninsula east of Mount Tai. 4. Shuzhou floats in Huai and Si, and reaches the river. Today's Jiangsu, Anhui and southern Shandong north of the Huaihe River. 5. Yangzhou, along the river and sea, reaches Huai and Si. Today's Jiangsu and Anhui south of the Huaihe River and north of Zhejiang and Jiangxi. 6. Jingzhou floats across Jiang, Tua, Qian, Han, beyond Luo, and as far as Nanhe. Today's Hubei, Hunan north of Hengshan Mountain, and the northwest tip of Jiangxi. 7. Yuzhou floats in Luo and reaches Yuhe. Today's Hunan province, northern Hubei, southeastern Shaanxi, and southwestern Shandong. 8. In Liangzhou, it floats in the submersible, exceeds the Mianyang River, enters the Wei River, and is chaotic in the river. Today's Sichuan and the southern tip of Shaanxi and Gansu. 9. From Yongzhou, it floats on accumulated stones. As for the Longmen West River, it meets Wei and Rui. Today's Shaanxi, Gansu, Ningxia, and Qinghai.